It is difficult to love money without the desire to possess it. So it is almost impossible to avoid dependency. You can only try to keep it to a minimum. Be happy if you have received money. But in any case, do not worry about its lack or loss. Otherwise, there will be less and less of it. If a person earns little, then a typical mistake is to complain that there is not always enough money. The parameters of such radiation correspond to poor lifelines. It is especially dangerous to succumb to the fear of running out of money. Fear is the most energetically saturated emotion. Therefore, experiencing the fear of losing or not earning money, you move most effectively along the line where there is actually less and less money for you. If you fall into this trap, it will be quite difficult to get out of it, but you can do it. To do this, you need to eliminate the cause of the excess potential you have created. And the reason is dependence on money, or too strong a desire to have it. First, humble yourself and be content with what you have. Remember, it can always be worse. Don't give up the desire to have money. You just need to be calm about the fact that it is not yet flowing to you like a river. Take the position of a player who realizes that at any moment he can become rich or lose everything. Many pendulums use money as a universal means of settling scores with their followers. It was the activity of the pendulums that led to the widespread fetishization of money. With the help of money, you can secure your existence in the material world. Almost everything is bought and sold. All pendulums pay with money. Choose anyone. This is where the danger lies. By pecking at the lure with a false shine, it is very easy to roll away on the lifeline, away from your happiness. Pendulums, pursuing their own interests, created the myth that money is needed to achieve a goal. Thus, the goal of each individual person is replaced by an artificial substitute, money. Money can be obtained from different pendulums. So a person does not think about the goal itself, but about money, and falls under the influence of a foreign pendulum. A person ceases to understand what they really want from life and joins a fruitless race for money. For pendulums, this state of affairs is very beneficial, and the person becomes addicted, loses their way and bangs like a fly against the glass. Working for an alien pendulum, a person cannot earn much money, as they serve someone else's purpose. Many are in this position. This is where the myth that wealth is the privilege of a minority comes from. In fact, anyone can be rich if they go for their goal. Money is not a goal, not even a means to achieve it, but simply an accompanying attribute. The goal is what a person wants from life. Below are examples of goals. Live in your house and grow roses. Travel the world, see distant lands. Fish for trout in Alaska. Ski in the Alps. Raise horses on your farm. Enjoy life on your island in the ocean. Be a pop star. Paint pictures. It is clear that some goals can be achieved with a bag of money. Most people do just that. They want this bag. They think about money, leaving the goal in the background. According to the principle of transurfing, they try to move towards the lifeline where a bag awaits them. But working for an alien pendulum, it's very difficult or impossible to get a bag of money. Then it turns out that there is no money, and the goal has not been achieved. It cannot be otherwise, because instead of a goal, the radiation of mental energy is tuned to an artificial substitute. We will return to this question in the chapter on goals and doors. Now, let's just draw a simplified conclusion. If it seems to you that your goal can only be realized if you are a rich person, send this condition to hell. Let's say your goal is to travel the world. Obviously, this requires a lot of money. To achieve a goal, think about the goal, not wealth. The money will come on its own, as it is an accompanying attribute. It's as simple as that. Doesn't it sound incredible? However, this is true, and you will soon see it. Pendulums, in search of their advantage, turned everything upside down. The goal is not achieved with the help of money, but money comes on the way to the goal. Now you know how powerful pendulums are. This influence has given rise to many misconceptions and myths. And now, reading these lines, you may object, but it's clear. First, a person becomes a great industrialist, or a banker, or a movie star, and then a millionaire. It is true that only those who did not think about wealth, but about their goal, became millionaires. Most people do the opposite. They either serve someone else's goal, not their own, or they replace the goal with an artificial substitute, or they completely abandon their goal because of the impossible condition of being rich. In fact, wealth has no limits. You can want whatever you want. If it is truly yours, you will understand it. If the goal is imposed on you by the pendulum, you will achieve nothing. We will talk more about goals later. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but otherwise it doesn't work because in general, there is nothing to say about money. Once again, I repeat, money is nothing more than an attribute that accompanies the path to the goal. Don't worry about it. It will come to you on its own. The main thing now is to reduce the importance of money to a minimum so that you don't create excessive potential. Don't think about money. Just think about what you want to achieve. At the same time, money must be treated with care and attention. If you see a small coin on the ground and are too lazy to bend down for it, then you do not respect money. The pendulum of money is unlikely to swing in your favor if you treat money carelessly. I can advise you on a magical ritual. When you receive or count money, treat it with care. Speak to it aloud or to yourself. You can say something like this: I love you, my little ones. My crisp bills, my jingling coins. Come to me, I'm waiting for you. I protect you, I care for you. Don't laugh, love them seriously and sincerely. Meet them with love and attention and leave them without worries. This relationship does not create excessive potentials and adjusts the parameters of your radiation to money lines. There is no need to worry when you spend money. This is how they fulfill their mission. If you have made the decision to spend it, do not regret it. The desire to save money and spend as little as possible leads to the creation of great potential. It accumulates in one place and goes nowhere. In this case, there is a high probability of losing everything. Money must be spent wisely to have movement. Where there is no movement, potential appears. The rich do not do charity for nothing. Therefore, they reduce the excessive potential of accumulated wealth.